and then last season was injuries and stuff and things didn't go well down the stretch. How do you, whatever happens with injuries or whatever, how do you kind of sustain this momentum?
Obviously, we can't worry about injuries. We can't predict them. We can't tell them to stay away. They just happen. So we just focus on getting better every week. And if that happens, you know, if somebody goes down, then the next person has to rise to the previous standard that's already been set. And if they do that, then we don't miss a beat. So that's pretty much how we look at it. We just look at it as all we got is 1 week at a time, and we take it 1 week at a time, and we just play our hardest on every Saturday.
But can you point to last season as we can't let, you know, we have to do a better job?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, obviously injuries had a part in that, but at the end of the day, whoever's out there has to play. You know, including myself. If somebody else gets injured, so you know, we could definitely look back on that as a learning experience and say, hey, even though that happened, you can't let it affect us as much as it did last year.
You and Petway, how much confidence do you have in those younger backs that the more you see them produce when they get chances?
I have full confidence in them. All those guys are all in the same predicament. Very good backs that are just waiting the opportunity. And I feel like every time they get an opportunity, they do something with it. Devin gets in, he catches. I think he had 2 passes this past game. He had some more the week before that. Cam probably leading the team in rushing or something. I mean, he's up there. And Malik got in and ran very hard last week. So all of those guys are in the same predicament. They're waiting on an opportunity, and when they get it called, they know what to do with it.
Kerryon, Gus said that Cameron Petway is a little bit frustrated about how the season's going so far. Have you had a chance to talk with him?
Yeah, I mean, well, anytime you come off of the kind of season you did last year, with those yards that you put up, and then you come in this year and you're kind of banged up here, kind of nicked up here, now obviously it's frustrating. He knows that, but like I've always said, Cam, he's a smart man. He's a grown man, and he's not gonna let it get to him. He just knows that once he's got to do his rehab, he's got to do what he has to do. He has to keep his mind in it, and when he gets his opportunity, which he definitely will, he knows what to do with it. And we all feel confident that he does, and we all know it will happen. We're just waiting on it.
Do you feel yourself getting better and better each week? You know, because a lot of times people say, well, how you get better when you play? Do you feel like yourself getting healthier even though you've been playing?
Definitely. Even on the run last week where a guy caught up to me, I wouldn't have been able to run that far the week before. So I know week by week it's just getting better, and one of these weeks is going to be healthy, and then I get to see what I can really do.
Kerryon, talk about big picture on the offense. How are you guys coming along? It's almost halfway in the schedule.
I think we're coming along nicely. I think the biggest improvement has been in the shortest amount of time has been from the receivers, in my opinion. We challenged them a lot, especially after the Clemson game. They were heavily challenged, and I think they're starting to answer the call. Kyle's making a play downfield every game, and Will's starting to come on a lot more in different roles, and Jared's getting the ball in prime position, so they're starting to block. Nate's blocking very well. So I think those guys have really answered the call, and with those guys playing like they are, it's going to be a hard offense to stop.
Kerryon, with that development of the receivers and more explosive plays in the passing game, are you noticing a significant difference in how defenses are playing you guys for the run?
Definitely. I saw Mississippi State line up in a 5-man box at one point, and I haven't seen that in 3 years, since the 3 years I've been here. And it was kind of weird. I don't know if he knew how to block it, but it's interesting just to see, like you said, the difference in defense. You know, we're not seeing as many 8-man, 9-man, 7-man boxes as we've seen before. You know, they have to respect it. They have to play it. The play actions work a lot more. So for as running backs in our room, we love it. We love when those guys are playing good. We love when Jared's throwing well. And it just gives us a whole nother dimension to the team.
How much do you guys, have to protect against a letdown? I mean, obviously, Ole Miss is coming off a, 66-3 loss. The human side of you could think, oh, this might be easier. How do you guys as leaders make sure everybody's focused?
I think everybody that sits in these chairs understands that for some strange reason when people play us, it's like the best game they've ever played. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when people play Auburn, it's like, let's go ahead and let's just try to get this W, no matter how we played last week. So that's how we go in every game. We realize Ole Miss has got some of the skilled players and a very good quarterback in this league. So if we come in half step and they'll put up 50 points, and it's hard to keep up with 50 points. So obviously our defense isn't going to let that happen. Obviously our coaching staff isn't going to let that happen. But we have to make sure we come in every week with, hey, this is a big game. This is a big game. This is a big game. This game's bigger than the last one. This game's big. Every week by week, because like last year we saw, we never know what can happen. So you got to take these W's, you got to take these games one at a time and take it as far as you can.
Do you think your injury, as you keep getting better, that maybe we'll start seeing you more out of the backfield catching passes? Because that seemed to be a big focus going into the year before you got injured.
Yeah, I think you will, but it's hard to catch passes out of the backfield. You know, receivers are making plays as well. You know, so I was thinking about the same thing last night. Man, I really don't have a lot of catches, but then I started thinking about it. Well, if your receivers are getting open, there's no need to go to a check down or a running back. So, you know, it's a fine balance there, and I'm sure as the season goes on, I'll get more or whatever. But as of right now, shoot, I'm happy with how it's going.
Can you take me through the week, just how much treatment you get on your hamstring and what you go through going up to the game?
Well, Coach Malzahn definitely encourages treatment, to say the least. So we do 3 or 4 times a day. We wake up, I have an 8 a.m. class every day, so I wake up 6:30. Or if we have workouts in the morning, wake up at 6, treatment, go to class, do treatment again before practice, do another round of treatment after practice. So that's 3 times. On Sunday, we get it 2 or 3 times. Before practice, go to practice, do it again. So in fall camp it's way more than that. In summer it's way more than that. So right now it's just 3 times a day, and you know, you just go whenever you can. Basically, they make sure that they get you over here, and they make sure that you go. They definitely check up on it. So they want you to be healthy, and I mean that's on us. We're scholarship athletes here. We should be playing every Saturday, and treatment helps us do that.
What percentage are you right now, you think?
I'm getting back to the 90–95% range. So I got to practice today. Will be Tuesday, the hard day. So this will be the telling day. But I'm feeling really good.
Go ahead.
Coach Malzahn said that he felt like the running game would get better once this offensive line, this lineup they've had, gets a little bit more experience together. Did you see that kind of get better on Saturday as the game went on, when those guys got to play a little bit more together?
Yeah, you see it every single week they play together. You know, you start out with a line all fall camp, and then the first game or second game, you know, D. James goes down, and it's like, okay, we got to shift here. We got to get a new center in. AG, put him wherever the hole is. Now they've got to get their chemistry back. You know, some lines play all year and don't get full chemistry. Some go through all fall camp and don't get full chemistry. So it takes time, is what I'm trying to say. But they're definitely getting there. They have a great coach. We give them time in practice and in walkthroughs and film and stuff to make sure that they're prepared for the opposing defense. And they've got some great leaders in AG and Braden, and I think that they're getting there.
As a guy who runs behind the leader, what has Mike Horton kind of been able to do as a young guy to you know, stay in there with all those seniors?
Like as a young guy, it's always harder to catch up mentally with. You know, Braden's been playing for however long, AG's been playing his whole career, and so when you look at guys like that, they know every possible combination, blitz, look, twist, and turn that a D-line or a defense can do. So when Mike steps in, it's just like, you may seem like, oh, he's got to catch up, but Mike's already there. I mean, he's very smart, very, very smart kid, and Mike is what I call just a mover. I mean, if you want a guy moved, you just put Mike there or Braden there, and the guy gets moved. So he's very strong, and he plays with great pad level, and he's very coachable, and I think that's helped him a lot.
KJ, a lot of people have noticed the aggressive play calling, especially the last 2 weeks. You're down on the 1 foot line and you're throwing a deep ball. Have the guys noticed that, and do you feel like that's now the norm? It's not aggressive anymore, it's just how we do things?
Yeah, I think it's the norm. Like you said, we're down there. We all, as players, we all know, hey, there's no better way to get off the 1 foot line than throw a 40-yard pass. So, and Coach Lindsey is definitely an aggressive player. He's not going to sit back and just, let's try to get off to the 5 and then punt the ball away. You know, he wants to get yards. He wants to set up plays. He wants to get touchdowns. And as players, you can definitely respond to that and respond to that with the same energy that he's putting into it.
What does the treatment entail with the hamstring?
Treatment entails a lot of ice, sometimes stretching. Every hamstring is different, obviously, and a lot of different exercises. Then more ice and a little bit more stretching here and there. Go to practice, come back in. A lot of ice, a lot of different things, other recovery-wise. It's a lot. It is, and they have a lot that they can do with you, and they definitely do it.
Do you look at any of these scores around the league, 66-3, 51-14, 49-10, and go, what is going on here? This doesn't happen that often in the SEC.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often, but it's happening. So obviously, either some people are getting better, some people are getting worse, some people are having bad games, some people are having great games. I mean, even though I think it's the best league in college football, it's still unpredictable. You know, teams are really good one week, some teams are really bad one week. Teams are not so good one week. I mean, anything can happen. So it just shows that, hey, any week you could be on the receiving end, and you got to come out every day, every hour, every minute, and be on your P's and Q's, or you know, it can get ugly.
Kerryon, when you're on the sideline during the games, do you watch the defensive backs much? And you played in high school.
Yeah, I watch our
Those guys.
defense a lot. Our defensive backs are really scary when you look at the types of guys that I think Carlton, JD, and Jamel, they're all really good corners, but they're all different. Jamel's a prototype guy. He's 6'2", 215, 4'2", 240. You know, so he's big, fast, and he's strong. Carlton covers everything. I mean, you see his arms and his legs. He's very long. You can get hands on him. Then you got JD, who you like, oh, we can take advantage of him. He's a smaller too, but I mean, he's fast as crab. He's tough. He's strong. So it's hard to get around him. It's hard to get past him. It's hard to go up over him. So, and then obviously at safety, we got two really good safeties. And Steve's a great open field tackler. And the rest of those guys, they rally around those guys and they fill in their spots very well. So I think it's a tribute to the coaching they've gotten over the past years and just their mentality. You know, if you ask our defensive players, you know, it's more of a mentality than anything, more than scheme, more than how good they are, athletic ability. They just come out with a mentality to dominate every day, and I think our DBs do it the best.
You guys good?